This is the greatest Michael Myers animatronic ever released in retail, at least in my personal opinion. The Spirit Halloween x Trick or Treat Studios 1978 Michael Myers made by Seasonal Visions, all new for 2026. This guy was first shown off at the 2025 Halloween Party Expo and was meant to be dropped as a Trick or Treat Studios exclusive, but terrorists pushed back his release, and suddenly he's the first ever collaboration prop between Tots and Spirit Halloween. At the price tag of $349, is this Michael worth it for Halloween fans? Spoiler alert, yes it is. Let's unbox Michael Myers.
For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and welcome to what is genuinely one of my most anticipated unboxings of the 2026 Halloween season, because today I will be opening up the all-new for 2026 Spirit Halloween Michael Myers animatronic being made by Seasonal Visions in collaboration with Trick or Treat Studios. We've known about this guy since all the way back in January of 2025, and I have been looking forward to him since that very moment, and finally now in June of 2026, I have my hands on him a lot later than we expected him to release, and now he is a Spirit Halloween animatronic, like I said, being released in collab with Tots. I purposely did not open up his shipping box off camera because I do know that this Michael Myers animatronic has a really cool box design that is totally themed for the 1978 Halloween film, which is the film and movie that this animatronic is licensed from, the original Halloween movie, which right off the bat is really awesome because a lot of times merchandise featuring Michael Myers is licensed from other Halloween films, but this is H1, and take a look at that already. Very top of the box has the original Halloween logo on it. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, our very first look at the box. Let's get it flipped over. Take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen, the officially licensed box artwork for this new Michael Myers animatronic. I do have to say that I think this might be my all-time favorite box art that we have ever seen on a retail animatronic. It just looks so cool and very fitting for a Michael Myers prop. I love the Haddonfield design that is behind the animatronic. We have the original poster featured on there. It does say Deluxe Michael Myers animatronic. The side has 2 images of him. This is just so awesome, and I feel like it adds to the collector notoriety with this prop. I will say something that's great is that this is not the biggest box ever. As you can see, it's kind of pretty small, very condensed. It is kind of a weird size, almost being a cube, which I honestly didn't expect, but I'm happy that this will be very easy to store. Here's our first look into the box. It looks like there is no packing slip. We just have all the pieces right in here. First up, we have the clothing, and I actually do want to take this out. Normally, I would save this for the setup, but I want to see what the quality on this is like. First up, he has a black undershirt, and here are his coveralls. I will give you a close-up look at this so you can see what the quality is like. I will say this is a lot nicer than I thought it would be, and yes, he does actually have a real zipper on the front there. He has the metal kind of collar buttons on there that you can actually close. They are legit. They're not just like a costume piece. He has his pockets. This is really nice. He has back pockets as well. And as you can see, there is no access to the inside of the animatronic from the back like most animatronics has. This looks really nice already, so I'm happy with this. Here we have 2 leg poles, and you'll notice that a lot of this guy's body is made with actual blow mold plastic pieces and not just filled up with like a pool noodle material. These are real plastic pieces, which is nice. Here we have Michael's empty hands, and I will give you a close-up of this so you can see what the sculpt is like. I do really like it. It is very realistic. I love the paint job on there, all of the wrinkles in the palm. You can see the back of the fingers. This looks great. Here we have Michael's boots. These are a plastic material. Next up, we have Michael's knife arm, and I will also give you a close-up of this so you can see what the mechanism looks like. Again, this is being made by SVI, and this is very similar to the Darth Vader animatronic that was sold at Home Depot with that elbow and wrist movement. Obviously, this one is to move around the knife that he's holding. It looks very nice. I will say there are some scratches on the plastic here, but that shouldn't be too big of an issue, as obviously his costume does cover that up. It's just kind of nice that they did paint all these pieces, even though they aren't at all visible. They're all going to be under the costume, but again, there are some scratches on there. Here we have the other arm, and once again, this is all painted plastic to look like skin. All right, and I'm very interested to see this piece in person. Here we have the hand with the knife, and yeah, this looks really nice. I like the paint job on there. Once again, the hand sculpt looks great with all the wrinkles in there. The paint job is nice. It actually does look like a real knife. It doesn't look fake. Obviously, it is just a plastic material, but it looks good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the piece we are all here for, and the one I am so incredibly excited to take a look at. As usual, I will give all of you the very first look at it. I have not taken a look at what his face, the mask, the head, whatever you want to call it. I have not seen it yet. I'm looking at the back of his hair, but there it is, Michael Myers from Halloween 1978. And oh my gosh, this thing looks awesome. The first thing I'm noticing is that he does have eyes sculpted in there. I'm not sure how well you'll notice it on camera because they are painted black. The entire inside of the head is painted black, but in person, you can definitely see that eyes are sculpted in there to look like the devil's eyes. This is a plastic material. This is not a Trick or Treat Studios mask just over a plastic shell, which I know some people thought it was going to be. The entire thing is plastic, as you can hear, but it looks fantastic. This is undoubtedly the best Michael Myers sculpt we have ever gotten on a retail animatronic. The hair is super, super soft. It's very different than what we normally get on a Tots mask. I don't exactly know why, but it's very, very soft. And as you can see, it's very easy to pose as well. So I will play around with this. It doesn't look totally perfect right now, but that's because it was in the box in a plastic bag. So I will fix that once we get him all set up. But this looks incredible. I am super happy with it. Here we have Michael's pelvis. Here we have the upper chest piece, which as you can see is fully sculpted and painted, and it does have the control box connected there. We have the adapter, and it looks like taped to the adapter box, we have a wing nut. And then finally, we have the animatronic base. Alrighty, so for the very first step of assembly with the deluxe life-size Michael Myers animatronic, we are going to slide his boots right over top of the base. So you will notice cutouts in the plastic, and you'll know which boot goes on which side based on these bigger plastic pieces towards the top. You want those facing towards the outer side of the base. So you'll slide it over top, line it up with the little rectangular metal piece coming from the base. Obviously, we'll take the other boot and slide it over top. Believe it or not, next up we're going to put on the coverall. So you're going to find the legs and we're gonna slide these over top of the boots. This is kind of a weird step for an animatronic build. Normally you would put the legs on first, but for some reason they have us putting on the coveralls first. So again, just slide these over top of the boots, and then you want the poles to stick through the top. Once the clothes are onto the body, we're going to take the two G poles, and these are exactly the same. These are his two lower legs, and these are going to snap lock right into the base. It does not matter which one you use on either side because again, they are the same. So you're gonna snap lock them in, and then we can pull the coveralls over top of the legs. Now we're gonna go ahead and connect piece H, and this is Michael's pelvis. So this is simply going to snap lock into the lower leg poles that we just added on. So you'll line it up and snap lock it into place. Continuing to build upwards, of course, we will add on Michael's upper chest frame with the control box connected. So this will line up with the pelvis area and snap lock directly into place. Okay, so now you're going to take the black undershirt, and this is going to be draped over top of the shoulder frame. You'll notice two little pieces of Velcro that are on the cloth. Where are they? Here's one of them right there. They're black, so they're kind of hard to see. You want the neck hole to go through the neck, obviously, and then you'll Velcro on the undershirt to the two pieces of receiving Velcro that are on the shoulders. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull out Michael's right arm. This is the one that is going to hold the knife, and this is going to snap lock right into the upper shoulder frame. Once you have that snap locked in, we want to connect all the wires coming from the arm to the ones coming from the control box. So it looks like we have a red wire, a white one, a blackish, almost dark purple color, and then this little wire connection as well. For the other side, we'll go ahead and connect Michael's left arm. Once again, this will be a snap lock into the upper shoulder frame. So we will slide the pole in, snap lock it, and this one does not have any wires as this will be for the empty hand. Now we will go ahead and snap lock in the empty hand. This will go onto Michael's left arm. So it will simply snap lock in. Then you'll notice a piece of Velcro on the costume that lines up with some Velcro on the hand. And as you can see, we do have a button to close up the jumpsuit around his wrist. We have another snap lock for the knife hand, but as you can see, this is a square pole connection. So you'll snap lock it in, bring the costume over, find the Velcro. We'll connect that there. And then we can connect one of the metal buttons to close up the jumpsuit around Michael's wrist. Now we can go ahead and add on the most important piece, this being Michael Myers' head. But you'll go ahead and line it up with the pole that is coming from the upper shoulder frame. and now we can tighten the wing nut to secure it into place. And then finally, for the very last adjustments with the Michael Myers animatronic, we will close up the front of his jumpsuit. So obviously he does have this zipper, which functions exactly as a real zipper does. We will zip it all the way up. His sensor is right on the front here, so obviously be careful of that. We want the collar to look nice going around his neck. He does have a real button, so obviously we'll put that through. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here he is, the all new for 2026 Spirit of Halloween Michael Myers animatronic being made by Seasonal Visions in collaboration with Trick or Treat Studios. I have a lot to say about this one, but before I say anything at all, let's take a look at the demos. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so the all-new, officially licensed 1978 Halloween Michael Myers animatronic being sold at Spirit Halloween this season in collaboration with Trick or Treat Studios. I want to start the review by saying this is objectively the greatest Michael Myers animatronic we have ever gotten in retail, and I don't think there's many people disagreeing with that. Now, I get it. Of course, the Gemmy H2O Michael that was also sold at Spirit does exist, and that has been a favorite for so many years now, and I've loved that one forever, but I honestly do believe that this new Michael is a little better. For one, just the fact that this guy is officially licensed from the original Halloween movie is a huge plus. Like I said in the beginning, we've seen a lot of Halloween merch over the years, not just animatronics, but masks, costumes, all of the above, and more often than not, it is licensed from other movies in the franchise, but this guy is licensed from the OG Halloween, which is incredible. From the look to the animation to obviously the audio, this guy is a phenomenal animatronic, and all of those things are what make him objectively the best Michael we've ever gotten. Firstly, let's talk about the look. Everything about this animatronic is exactly as it should be for an H1 Michael. The mask is fantastic. Like I said before, it is an all plastic material. It is not just a TOTS mask put over a plastic shell, but the sculpt looks amazing. It honestly looks as good as the Trick or Treat Studios masks do. I love the look inside the eyes with the fully sculpted eyes that are completely painted black. It is so creepy looking and very noticeable in person and really completes the face. The animation is about as good as it gets when it comes to a Michael Myers animatronic. He slowly looks from side to side, but the really cool thing is that arm movement where the arm with the knife goes up and he has that wrist turning so that the knife actually moves in his hand. It is perfect, it is subtle, exactly what Michael should be. Now the audio in this guy might just be the very best thing about the prop, and like I just said, this guy has a lot of cool things about him, but the audio is absolutely fantastic. For the first time ever, this animatronic does feature Laurie's theme from the original Halloween film, as well as the title's theme, which we know how rare this is to get on licensed merchandise, as Halloween the license and the license for the music are two separate things, which make it very difficult for a product to both have the license and the song, but this guy does. Another really cool thing about the audio is that when you have this guy on constant mode, he actually works in like an interval programming, if that makes sense, where it doesn't actually work on constant, just one activation after the other. He has a few minutes between each activation, but when he's on constant, you actually gain access to a bonus track, if you will, that's just a track of breathing audio, which is really creepy and great for Michael Myers. This Michael Myers animatronic is retailing for $349 at Spirit Halloween for 2026, so 350 United States dollars. And honestly, I have zero issue with that price tag. Like I said many times, I do believe that this is objectively the best Michael we have ever gotten. And if you are a Halloween fan who loves the character and loves the franchise, I promise you that you will not regret your purchase once you get your hands on this guy and see him in person. I know I definitely don't. I only have one really minor con with this animatronic, and that would be the way the hair is glued on. But I'm not gonna lie, this is not an issue that only this animatronic suffers from. This is something you see on a ton of Michael Myers masks just out in the retail world, because of the way the hair is designed and the way it has to be glued on. You'll probably notice it at some point during this review section, is that when the wind comes, I'll actually push it so you can see, the hair is glued in layers, just like it is on a lot of masks, which makes it where the hair kind of looks weird when the wind brushes against it. If you're using this guy inside, you will not notice that whatsoever, but if you're using him outside, this will happen every once in a while, so you might need to get some hairspray to mat the hair down. But overall, I cannot tell you how happy and excited I am with the all-new Michael Myers animatronic. Like I said, this is one of my most anticipated releases of the 2026 season, and I will tell you that he 100% has lived up to my anticipation. This is a fantastic prop, and I would 1000% recommend him. But I guess, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I'll see you guys later for more Halloween 2026 animatronic unboxings. Goodbye.